Will the narcissist return after you call their bluff and discard them first? All right, listen up. This ain't your average tea party, and it sure as hell ain't story time for bedtime. This right here. This is straight from the battlefield, messy, raw, and hotter than a $2 pistol. We're talking about what really happens when the narcissist doesn't get to slam the door first. Oh no, not this time. You flipped the script. You tossed the grenade first. And not only did you walk away, you exposed them. Pulled the curtain back, let the ugly truth crawl into the light. And now you're wondering, will they slither back? Stick around. We're about to rip this thing wide open. But first, shout out to the real ones still showing up. Yeah, you. The ones who hit subscribe like they meant it. The ones who don't just watch, they feel this stuff. And if you're new here, buckle up. Welcome to the tribe that sees through the fake, the phony, the puppet masters. Oh, and before I go deep into this mess, you already know the drill. Tap that like button. Let's push this past 1K likes today. If this content slaps, don't sit on it. Show it. Smash that button like you're closing the door on a narcissist's drama once and for all. Okay, one time for the real ones still riding with me. Every time, actually. Appreciate y'all. Let's get straight to the juicy part. So here's what everybody wants to know. Do narcissists crawl back after you cut them loose, especially when you toss their dirty little secrets out in the open while doing it? The short answer: oh, it ain't that simple. This ain't black and white, cut and dry. We're talking about twisted minds here. People who treat pain like perfume. They wear it, and they want you to wear it too. Now look, when you beat a narcissist to the punch and discard them, that's a direct hit to the ego. That's a full-blown narcissistic injury. It messes with their head, especially if they didn't have their next victim, new supply, lined up yet. They might be out there sniffing around, testing a few prospects, but nothing solid. Nothing they can sink their claws into. So yeah, if you ditch them before they're ready, that hurts. And if on top of that you expose them, now we're talking full-on ego demolition. But hold up, how you expose them matters. Big time. Let's say you just go off one-on-one. You tell the narcissist straight to their smug little face, I know exactly who you are. I see through the act. You're a manipulator, a control freak. You're poison, and I'm done. That kind of exposure. That's a sting, no doubt. It bruises their ego. But 9 times out of 10, it won't stop them. They'll lick their wounds in private, then start plotting, waiting for the right moment to pop back in, play nice, maybe love bomb you into silence again. But now, if you take it public, that's where the game changes. When you start pulling their mask off in front of people who matter to their image, friends, co-workers, mutual contacts, all those flying monkeys they keep on standby, that's when the panic sets in. Not the family, though. Most of the time the family already knows who the narcissist is and either enables them or just keeps quiet. But when you expose them to folks on the outside, the ones who might believe you, the ones they've fooled with the charm, the good guy act, the fake humility, oh, now you've set fire to their fantasy world, and they hate that kind of exposure. That's war. And depending on how deep the wound, they'll either try to smear you or sneak back in wearing a new mask. It's all about control. The narcissist doesn't want to be discarded. That takes their power away. They want to own the moment, decide when the curtain falls, and they especially want to be the one who leaves you in a puddle, second-guessing everything. But when you beat them to the punch and expose the scam, you flip the entire script. You become unpredictable, dangerous. And that, my friend, is when things get real interesting. Now here's where it gets real. If that narcissist is the kind that plays community hero, if they're knee-deep in some organization, church, committee, or their little social bubble, your move to expose them isn't just personal anymore. It's public. It's image damage. It's war on their kingdom. See, narcissists feed off appearances. They wear the perfect person masked like armor. So when you discard them and start tugging that mask off in front of people that actually care about impressing, now you've done it. Now it's a threat, not just to their ego, but to their entire social ecosystem. But here's the thing, it still depends. Because if the narcissist is a cerebral type, the calculating, smooth-talking, PhD in manipulation kind, they might have already spun their web. They've already been poisoning the well, planting seeds in people's minds. Oh, they're just bitter, or they're acting crazy because I wouldn't let them control me. You know the type, always the victim, always the saint. So even if you expose them, some people will still eat out of their hand. You might talk till your throat goes raw, but those flying monkeys, they're loyal to the illusion. And guess what? That still might not be enough to scare the narcissist away for good. Because here's the deal, it's not always about what you say or what they do. It all boils down to one ugly truth. Is there anything left for them to take from you? That's it. That's the whole engine. If there's still something they can drain, your attention, your peace, your platform, your body, your money, they'll come back. Limping or lurking, charming or cold, they'll find a way to slide back in unless you slam the door so hard it leaves a scar. Now, if you've gone full no contact, changed your number, blocked every digital alleyway, told your truth loud, burned the bridge, and lit up the skyline, then maybe they'll back off. Not because they've changed, not because they suddenly respect your boundaries, but because you've made it clear. There's nothing left here for them to feed on. And if the narcissist knows the well's dry, and the village knows they poisoned it, they just might slither off in search of their next target. But don't think that means peace forever. If you're still breathing and shining, they're still watching. When you toss a narcissist and put their dirt on blast, what you're really doing is lighting up the alarm bells in their twisted little minds. And here's the deal. Narcissists, for all their puffed-up pride, hate the idea of being harmed. Not just physically, emotionally, socially, reputationally. They live in constant self-protection mode. And yeah, some of them, scary. Real scary. Lacking good judgment, reckless, unpredictable. Some even tiptoe toward violent, especially when their fragile ego gets cracked. But most of the time, especially if you're dealing with a mid-range, low-level, or even a polished cerebral type, they're not trying to catch a case. Jail isn't part of their fantasy life. They want control, not cuffs. They want admiration, not isolation. At the core, they're cowards in designer disguises. They hit when they feel cornered, not out of strength, but out of fear. So don't get it twisted. Exposing a narcissist isn't a bulletproof plan to keep them gone, because you know what they crave more than anything. Supply, validation, control, obsession, you. And if they think for a second there's still something left to feed on, they'll circle back. The truth is, exposure only works when it slices into the one thing they can't outrun, shame. You've got to hit 'em where it hurts, the image. Expose them in a way that makes people whisper. When their spotless mask starts cracking in public, when folks in their business circle see they're a fraud, or when friends realize they've been conning everyone around them, that's when the narcissist starts to panic. Show receipts, show lies, show who they really are behind the charm. Stealing money, cheating, betrayal, manipulation. If you've got the proof and the platform, that's your power move. Because narcissists don't run from the truth. They run from shame. They run from people seeing them as weak, dirty, dishonest, or anything less than perfect. No shame, no guarantee. They'll assume you'll cool down. That time will soften your memory. That you'll forget the hell they put you through. And one day, when the coast looks clear, they'll come creeping back like nothing happened. So if you want to keep that door slammed, locked, and welded shut, don't just discard and expose. Shatter the illusion. Name the shame. Then vanish. That's the kind of silence they don't know how to answer. These narcissists. They're like confused, backward-walking giraffes, standing there staring at you like you're the crazy one. They'll pop back up like nothing ever happened. Smile on their face, voice full of fake concern. Texting just checking in after they left you shattered in pieces. It's madness, but that's their game. But here's the truth. Unless you've hit them hard, unless you've humiliated that ego and stained their name with shame, they'll think the door's still cracked open. You have to make it crystal clear. This house ain't safe for them anymore. You've got to make those unshakable promises to yourself. The kind that say, if you even think about coming back here, you're stepping into an emotional minefield. And they'll feel it. They'll look at you and realize, you know the truth now. You've got the blueprint, and more importantly, you've got nothing left for them to take. That's when they stop knocking. Not because they respect you, but because the supply dried up, the illusion shattered, and they know they're not welcome in your healed space. So, to finally answer the question, will they come back after you discard and expose them? Yes, they might, but only if you leave them room to. If you don't bring the shame, if you don't make it cost them something. They'll see your boundaries as suggestions, and they'll test you again. But if you throw down the truth, guard your peace like gold, and hit 'em where it hurts most, their image, they'll slither off. For good. That's how you win. All right, I hope that cracked open some clarity. I just wanted to touch on the comments I've seen pouring in. Y'all, take care of yourselves, protect your energy, be real good to your mind, your heart, your spirit. I love y'all, and I'll see you, healed and whole, at the top.